Thank you, madam. It's a great honor and a pride and privilegious moment for me to be speaking in one of the finest parliament in the entire world. Sir, 50% of our country's population is below the age of 25 years, and 65% of our country's population is below 35 years of age. Sir, by 2020, the average age of an Indian would be 29 years. In China, that would be 37 years, and in Japan, that would be 48 years. So India would be the human resources capital for the entire world. And it is this demographic dividend we have to channelize in a proper way. This demographic dividend, if not utilized, would be a demographic disaster, which the youth affairs have to very specially take care of. Sir, there are two ways of looking at this demographic composition. One side of the coin shows sign of despair as the unemployment rates skyrocket. And there is a widespread despair among the youth as they struggle to achieve their goals and enrich themselves with ample skills. The other side of the coin is symbolic of how the youth symbolizes a new beginning who can change the nation. Sir, the youth affairs is connected, even though not directly, it has connection to many different departments in this house. Education is a key department where there is a huge transition should happen in the department of HRD, whereby our youngsters and students shouldn't just confine to the classrooms, but the transformation should happen in the curriculum as well, where sports should play a major role. Sir, I would like to see the youngsters of this country and students of this country, to see them on the playgrounds, rather than see them in churches, mosques and temples, sir. This is a very important aspect to make sure that our demographic dividend is used in a very particular way. Sir, another major menace would be the usage of drugs among the youngsters of this country. The major hassle which we have is the NDPS Act. In a state like Kerala, where I represent a constituency like Cochin, which is fastly growing, an urban constituency, we can see there is a 150% of rise in the usage of drugs of cases which have been registered. There are only 30% of the cases are registered, so you can imagine the number of cases in the usage of the most modern synthetic drugs, which we have to properly deal with. So the amendment of NDPS Act, the quantity of drugs carried, sometimes the quantity is an aspect whereby the culprits they escape from those menaces. So the youngsters, the students, are being used as innocent carriers in many of the school and college premises. Sir, sports is not just for sports. Sports is a space whereby youth vulnerabilities such as violence and drugs use can be mitigated. Sports is an outlet through which these adults can vent their frustrations of their daily struggles. The ministry ought to ensure sports facilities and infrastructure is available to all sports, provide the youth with a platform which can transform into career opportunities, and every child must be able to avail of their services and make use of the opportunities available. According to the World Health Organization, sir, India is touted to be the most depressed country in the world. World Health Organization has a very scientific study on this. So these are things which we have to very seriously look upon. Sir, another major organization in this country is the Nehru Yuva Kendra, which was established in 1972. Sir, being the biggest and long-standing government-sponsored youth agency in the world, Nehru Yuva Kendra upholds unparalleled track records in its credit. Sir, at remote villages across the country, voluntary youth clubs are the primary agencies helping the citizens in disaster in accidents, in poverty elevation, in sanitation, culture and sports. Millions of youth clubs are there in the villages promoted by Nehru Yuva Kendra. Sir, my humble request is to increase the fund allocation for the Nehru Yuva Kendra clubs. Also, sir, it's quite unfortunate to understand that there is a move to remove the world leader of modern India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's name from the Nehru Yuva Kendra, sir. It is a very unholy and seditious step, if it happens, would be from the part of the government. So I would like the government of India to not to take a unholy and seditious step like that. Sir, we have many examples in a state like Kerala. Sports and arts clubs are the souls of our villages. It used to be the cultural hubs in Kerala. And that is a way of channelizing the youth energy. Sir, we have heard of Hima Das. After independent India, after 75 years, we got an international medal, gold medal in athletics. Sir, she's from Gogoiji's constituency as well. Sir, this young lady athlete got to afford spikes few years back. So we have talents from the extreme rural parts of this country. Unfortunately, we are not able to tap them properly. So there should be a proper channel whereby from every nook and corner, as Mr. Faisal said, from Andaman Nicobar, from Lakshadweep, and in many parts of India, we should be able to tap these resources. Sir, you are from Northeast. We know how football, cricket has already been acclaimed as one of the finest sports in the country, but football plays a major role in our country. But we are not able to take part, or we are not competent enough to take part in the World Cup. Sir, we know football, there are many clubs, Spanish clubs, there are European clubs, Manchester United and Real Madrid. We are all watching football from many parts of the world. But it's quite unfortunate, sir, Indian football, even though we have a lot of talent, it is not given proper opportunities and training at the right time. Right opportunity at the right time is something which is very important. Sir, my state, Kerala Blasters in ISL, had an excellent performance, the team which was owned by Sachin Tendulkar. In crowd attendance, Cochin owns the 4th position in the entire world. So there are so many fans and well-wishers of the football. I'm concluding, sir.
Please.
So football is a major sport which the government of India have to look upon in the future. There are many games. The former sports minister, Mr. Rathod, had mentioned about corporate funding. Corporate funding happens to certain individuals and certain games. Everybody is not privileged, or every sport is not so privileged. So I would like the government of India to increase the funds for certain games, as well as to make sure that every panchayat of this country, every municipality and corporation of this country have open playgrounds and stadiums to promote sports. Thank you, sir.
Very good.
Next is Shri Sumedanand Saraswati.